When thinking about body horror, the first thing that comes to mind is practical effects. I want to see, I want to visualize and put myself in the actor's, situation. I want to know that they are wearing prosthetics and that they are feeling what they should be feeling while acting out these intense scenes. Some less intense than others, mind you. But today's movie is a great example of actors enduring practical effects to sell a role. Let's talk about Alex Winter's Freaked. What's up, ghouls and gals? This movie is so underrated. Freaked from 1993. I think this is getting a resurgence, but I think it flew so under the radar for so long. So today we are talking all things Freaked. A movie with, when you think of body horror, this is a really great example of body horror pulling from comedy, pulling from a little bit of drama, pulling from actual horrific elements, and it all being one great amalgamation of freaky. So let's get into this movie. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, check out all of my links down below if you would like to see any more of me or support the channel any further. Freaked from 1993, co-directed by Alex Winter and Tom Stern, follows a vain actor and his best friend and an activist while they end up at a mutant freak farm run by a weirdo scientist. Now, I said co-directed by Alex Winter, Tom Stern. This actually came from their sketch show, Idiot Box. It used to be on MTV, but this really explains the chaotic nature and commitment to the bit, I think this is a really great example of a comedy horror where it does lean more on the comedy elements, but like I said, there are more horrific things going on, especially when you get to the underlying themes, which we'll get to. Even though it's not actually horrific, I'll stay with me. I love Alex Winter in this movie because he's here for a good time. Now, this movie actually started as an extremely low-budget project featuring the band Butthole Surfers. You guys probably know the song Pepper, it absolutely rules. But once the film was backed by an actual studio, I feel like it gained so much more traction. And I actually feel like with the movie being backed by a studio, you can, there's so much more meta kind of elements going on there. So I guess let's get into it. Let's break the movie down. Freaked follows Ricky Coogan, this washed up former child star who is fully sold out and is now shilling some sketchy toxic chemical in a fake South American country. He was like the original influencer, you guys, okay? Ricky Coogan in this movie, he would have, rest in peace, Ricky Coogan, you would have loved TikTok. Things go completely off the rails when he gets kidnapped by this unhinged, mad scientist, and he's turned into a full-on mutant. Their words, not mine. These guys are so cool in this movie, okay? The things that these people are turned into they're so cool. Anyways, he gets trapped inside a freak show, and from there, it is pure, beautiful, excellent chaos. Gross out body horror, mostly played for laughs, but the side characters that make up the sideshow, like Dog Boy, the bearded lady, Mr. T, but there's just so much that makes this movie, that gives this movie heart and gives this movie life. But the film is actually a sharp commentary on celebrity culture, corporate greed, and underneath all of the madness, it turns into a redemption story where Ricky leads his newfound friends to revolt against the people exploiting them, which is a way deeper story than you would have just infer from the theme Freaked. And as you can tell by this sign here, I'm a fan of a freak show. So this movie, definitely, I have a really soft spot for something like this. I love the weirdos. That's why Everything I do here is just surrounded by being weird. Okay, I love the underdogs. I love the people who, who deserve their flowers and are not getting it. And I love the people who are on the fringes of society who are just so cool, but they don't get a spotlight. It's just, I'm here for the weirdos. I am a weirdo myself. And I'm so glad that I have you weirdos here with me. But anyways, let's get back to the movie. This actually features some incredible cameos. Like I mentioned, Mr. T, but also our beloved Keanu Reeves plays Dog Boy. And when Keanu couldn't be there on set, another familiar face filled in for him, Johnny Knoxville. And I think that's so cool that there's so many incredible people attached to this movie. So like I mentioned, there is studio interference with this movie. This movie, and I feel like the movie became bigger and something totally different than what it was meant to be. And perhaps it was not for the best at the time. There ended up being budget cuts that totally messed with post-production. It also messed with the effects, which still were really great in my opinion, but there was supposed to be a whole Iggy Pop scene that got cut, and that would have been really cool. At the time, it made just under $30,000. It really bombed hard, but I want Alex Winter to know how much the horror community embraced this movie, how much the weirdos, we rose up to just give this movie a second life, and I'm really happy about that. What makes this movie work so well as body horror is like the transformations are not quick and clean. They're absolutely not reversible. They're drawn out, they're humiliating, they're permanent. It makes you feel and sympathize with these characters. Ricky's whole transformation is not about him looking gross. It's about him totally losing control of his looks, totally losing control of his body, and becoming something totally unrecognizable. And because this was against his will, a third party turned him into this. This is who he is now. He has become a product of someone else. It started with him shilling a product, and it became him being the product. In the freak show too, like we get such great effects, we get such diverse characters, and I think it's so wonderful. The practical effects are something you can definitely feel. And like I mentioned, there's a whole underlying forced transformation angle, and that would make anyone uncomfortable. None of these people chose what they became. They were turned into this for entertainment, for profit, to be a commodity for somebody else. What is really interesting though, it's not just like your body is the problem for body horror, it's a third party made your body the problem, and now it's on display for the whole world to see and to dissect. The real horror in this movie is how the human body is commodified in a way that you cannot control at all. It taps into a deeper fear of like truly losing yourself, your image, your face, who you were. You may be the same on the inside, but on the outside, you are someone else entirely. And I think that about wraps it up for this review. I love this movie. I love Freaked. I am dying to get a physical media copy of this. I think this is just one of the most underrated hidden gems in horror. I know a lot of people know about it now, but I mean, truly, it's been maybe the past 5 years since I've really been hearing people talk about it more. It did get another like 4K release. I just love that this movie keeps getting new life breathed into it because the themes are very relevant, especially with social media. And I don't know, I just think it's always going to be a great film to revisit in every era of life. So on that note, we are finished with Body Horror Movie Review Week. I am sad to see it go, but next month, what are we doing next month? Let me see. I have it all planned out for the year. May. Yes, we are doing alien sci-fi. I think I might just focus more on sci-fi and not just alien horror, but we'll get there when we get there. That's exciting. I forgot. Okay, so let me just do a little spoiler here at the end of this video. May is alien sci-fi. June is summer horror. July, shark horror. August, I chose it to be my fave, so we're gonna do a whole week of my favorites. September, back to school horror. October, Halloween horror. November, birthday horrors, because it's my birthday month. And December, Christmas horrors, obviously. I feel very organized this year about the channel, okay, guys? I'm very ahead of myself. So, on that note, thanks for watching. I love you guys so much. As you can see, I'm very excited and very passionate about what I do here. I love horror. I love talking about it. I love watching it, and I love dissecting it. So, thank you for being on this journey with me. I'll see you soon. Sayonara, Spooky fam.